Well, Kevin Powell, let me ask you in Atlanta, what is this rap music and gangster rap and this pop culture all about? You hear rap artist Tina got a big old butt. I mean, is that art? Is that what we're talking about?
You know, it's interesting. You know, everyone is talking about rap music and what kind of effect it has on the black community, what kind of effect it has on black youth. But if you read Nathan McCall's book, Makes Me Want to Holler, he talks about how 20 years ago, the same things were going on. You know what I mean? So it's like, why are you putting the onus on rap music? People are not addressing the issue, which is, in my opinion, racism, you know, which is embedded in this country, which is embedded in the political system, the economic system, the educational system, the cultural mechanism of this country, which causes one group of people to feel superior, another group of people to feel inferior, those people who feel inferior to do some of the things that you see happening in some of the rap music videos,
people who
which are basically, you know, a mirror of what's going on in our community, which is basically self-hatred.
So people who are criticizing rap music are racist.
Yes.
All
you
right.
know, and using rap music.
We've got one right here, Reverend Calvin Butts. You have been one of the most vocal critics of rap music, and you think it does have some destructive role in the black community.
No. I have not been a critic of rap music. In fact, I have been a proponent of hip-hop culture, saying that it brings in the new, which really challenges what has been. What I have been critical of are some of the negative lyrics that I think are destructive and not edifying to our community. For example, you had Public Enemy, and if you listen to Frederick Douglass, power concedes nothing without a demand, and then you hear Public Enemy say we have to fight the powers that be, it's saying the same thing. The other side of the coin is you got LL Cool J pushing on a woman's rear end. Now, for me, that is not edifying. That has no social commentary that's redemptive for our community. And I think you have to make those same distinctions. Beyond that, I think there has to be something else that is injected in the hip-hop culture which challenges our young people in terms of messages they receive from us. Kevin Powell said it well. What does it mean to make it? Now, many of us have defined making it as being a part of a system that continues to be oppressive. So I'm not against hip-hop, but I am against the elements of hip-hop that are dehumanizing, that are misogynistic, and that promote violence against other people of African descent.
Well, Corey Brown, you listen to rap music? Gangster rap?
Yeah.
Does it make you want to carry a gun or go out and assault somebody?
No.
Well, what do you think about what Reverend Butts is saying?
I feel he's right and all, but that's the way some people want to express themselves regardless. What he says is not going to change the way they're thinking. It might, but most of the time it won't, so they'll still say what they want to say.
Well, let me go to Chili B. Chili B, you're a rap artist in San Francisco, and ask you about what impact do you think this music is having on our community values?
Well, first of all, I'd have to say that people that have been scrutinizing rap music, you know, they're talking about the problem, they're talking about, you know, what the rappers are saying, but the real problem is that they should be talking about why. For instance, like Ice-T with Cop Killer, people made a big deal about Cop Killer, and they made a big deal about what Sister Souljah said, but they still didn't want to address the real things, is what would make a person write a song called Cop Killer. And then if they were to check into that, they would have found out also that about 5 years prior to that, there was another group out of the same area which made a song called Blank the Police. Once again, was talking about the aggression that a lot of young black men have with the police officers. And also, too, after all that, Rodney King gets beat up down in L.A., and I don't want to get into the case and stuff, but when you look at this continually happening, and me, where I live at, I have been a victim of what I call police racism, and I happen to write and express myself through rap music based upon that. I don't try to talk about other rappers when they do what we call gangster rap or sexist or misogynist raps. I'm not really into that. I talk from my perspective.
Well, let me ask you, Chili B, can you hear me? Is there any rap music that you think shouldn't be on the air and shouldn't be exposed to our children? Any of it that you say that isn't appropriate?
Once again, the radio stations are playing basically what, and the kids are out there jamming to the tunes that they're familiar with. Hey, people are into Snoop Doggy Dogg. There's a lot of people that are coming from that neighborhood. I grew up in a different part of the world.
I understand that, but
I am from North Carolina.
Is there any of it? I understand.
So my situation is totally different.
Right, but is there any of it that you, can you hear me? Is there any of it that you would say is inappropriate? Any of it? Any of it that goes too far?
I'll put it this way. I do not agree with promoting or advocating the destruction of human beings, especially black men, and if this music is causing people to destroy other black men or to cause, if that's the real problem of it, then that would be the music that I would say is not appropriate. The music that I don't get into that really. I just concentrate on what I do, and I do my music, and I really don't comment and critique on any types of music, because there's rock and roll music too that if a person was to look at it, or country and western music too, if a person was looking at it that way.
All right, let's go to Dr. Earl Henderson here in Boston. What about this? I mean, what do you think about the impact of this music?
Yeah, I think we got to be straight with this. First of all, just the whole issue of that conspiracy. We need to demystify this. It's white supremacism. It works on its own racist energy. One of the problems is that African Americans get taught in white supremacism, so sometimes you're talking to a black person, you sound just like you're talking to a white person. When did hip-hop music develop a martyr's immunity against criticism? When you say rap causes violence, that's silly. Just as surely as Baby Love by the Supremes didn't cause teenage pregnancy. That's one. But the other area is, sure, there's sexist images. We can't feel compelled to promote or not to criticize every area of black existence, because we make mistakes as well. The issue in hip-hop, however, is also controlling the money. A lot of these black hip-hop artists make a little money, but there's not a national black distribution network. And one of the ironies of hip-hop is that the most sexist group, Luke Skywalker, is also the only one really with a centralized distribution network. That's how he put Brother Griff down after the thing with Public Enemy.
Well, let me ask you, should any of it be limited? I mean, do you think that Minister Butts, who believes that the way black women are, the images of black women are inappropriate?
Yeah, that's whack. You can't say that in one sense, talking about you respect black people, and then that you don't criticize that, not to just tolerate. You got to criticize that. We criticize the sexism in the Panther Party, in the Republic of New Africa, but we won't criticize sexism in hip-hop. And these are brothers and sisters who organize for the salvation of our community. And you talking about somebody who just making a couple of dollars, talking about he shooting up people 24/7, ain't you know gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight? We got to see when people purping and when people are seriously organizing the community and respect that and promote that. But rap don't have no martyrs immunity.
All right, we've got a guidance counselor here in New York. What do you think about this discussion? You've heard the reactions to the rap music. What do you say?
Well, I'm thinking about the students that I deal with every day and how it does affect them because of the image that it portrays, especially of women. I'm really concerned about that. And I teach a guidance course in school, and during that particular course, we have had a chance to discuss it and talk about the lack of self-esteem that it gives to teenage girls because of the portrayal of black women.
We also have a guidance counselor in San Francisco. Do you want to tell us your sense of whether this music has an impact on images in the black community?
Yes, I want to take it a step further than just the music. I think that it's very easy to talk about the music, the racism, the economic factors and everything, but those things we have limited access in terms of what we can do about it. Let's look at what we really can do. Let's not undermine two things that have happened. Number one, the father is missing, and number two, the mother now is out on the street. Now, everything else that you see around you is a reaction to these two very critical factors. At the beginning of this show, we saw African American men being beaten. We saw them being locked up. We saw them dealing drugs. I have students every day who come to me who say, Ms. Norris, I have to get my case cleared. Now, something is wrong. The thing that is wrong is that the African American man is missing. We do not have men who are stepping forward and taking charge and taking care of the family. We have, unfortunately, a group of people who have become predators rather than protectors. Now, that is a harsh reality that we as a people don't like to look at. But we've got to look at the cancer. You see, we're sick people right now, and this tumor is eating us alive. Crack cocaine.